We're sports people.
We're Christians. We trust in Jesus.
But many in our sports clubs don't trust in him.
So, how can we explain the gospel to them?
The Apostle John finishes his story of Jesus' life by saying that it's a summary. He didn't have space to write down everything Jesus did. The world wouldn't be big enough to hold all the books that could be written.
And Jesus is still at work in our world today, so the books would never be finished.
Yes, but when we have an opportunity to explain what we believe to our sports friends, we need something quick and clear that we're ready to say. Having a short summary of the gospel ready can give us confidence as we speak and make sure that we cover the essentials.
One summary we can use gives us 6 windows into the gospel. It's a framework that we can explain quickly, and it leads to the choice that we all must make about following Jesus.
Let's start. The first window is a look at creation. God made the whole universe, and he made us humans to live in it.
Everything he made was good, and the first humans were free to enjoy God's creation in relationship with him and under his rule. He asked us to look after what he had made and help it grow.
So the first window is a vision of what our relationship with God could look like. The second window looks at what humans choose to do with what God has made. And it's bad.
We use the word sin to describe how humans reject a relationship with God and his rule over us. It's not a case of some of us being sinful and some not. We have all in some way rejected God. We are all on a level playing field.
The third window looks at the consequences of sin. There are so many horrors that humans have done throughout history that make us want to see justice. But judgment comes on all of us humans because of how we've rejected God. This is our great crime. All the wrong things we do, however great or small, stem out of our decision to reject God from ruling over us.
And the punishment for rejecting God is death, eternal separation from God, which is how the Bible describes hell.
Which leads us to the fourth window.
And look, this is where Jesus turns up.
Yes, here comes the cross. Even though we rejected God and broke his world, he came to restore our relationship and make things new again. Jesus never for a moment rejected God, his Father. He was obedient to God's will all the way to dying on the cross, taking on the penalty for our disobedience. God, in his mercy, decided to pay the penalty of our sin through Jesus.
So Jesus died, but he didn't stay dead.
No, he didn't. Look at the fifth window. God raises Jesus to life again and makes him the ruler over all of creation. Death itself is defeated, and Jesus offers us forgiveness, a restored relationship with God, and a new life with him under his rule forever.
And the sixth window shows us that we have a choice to make. We can continue living as if the universe revolves around us, reject God's rule, and face judgment and death, separation from God forever. Or we can live as if God made the universe and turn from our life of disobeying God to believing and trusting in Jesus.
The gospel is a story that demands a response from us, and from everyone we know in the world of sport.
Having this summary is a useful starting point to explain the gospel and to invite others to a promise of new life with Jesus as their King.